Let's begin by finding a comfortable position. You may sit in a chair or move to the floor. If you choose to remain in your chair, please cross your legs. On the floor, find a comfortable position with legs crossed. If you're wearing glasses, please remove them. Sit up straight, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. The form of meditation we are doing today was first taught thousands of years ago by the Buddha. It is called Anapanasati or breath meditation. Ana means in breath, Apana means out breath, and Sati means to be with. So today, we'll stay present with the in breath and the out breath. Let's breathe gently, evenly, and steadily. In and out through the nose. No force, just easy, normal breathing. Inhale, exhale. We are not with our thoughts, we are only with our breath. Remember, we cannot be with both at the same time. Just staying with our breath. Our intention today is to remain aware of the breath. For each time we remain for the full length of the meditation, and each time we successfully remember to come back to the breath, we establish a new pathway in the mind. And when we see ourselves being successful, even if for a brief moment, a single return to breath awareness, we further ingrain this new pathway. And the body and mind learn that we indeed can focus, be still, and stay present. just being with your breath. Inhale and exhale. So when thoughts arise, and they will, we turn from chasing these thoughts and we return to our breath instead. And we do this again and again and again, as many times as we need to. No focus, no concentration, no chanting. Simply observing your breath. By remaining with breath, away from the thoughts, we enter a new state of mind. The mind becomes empty of thoughts and tunes into the immense cosmic energy. This is the source of all energy. This energy is the medicine which will heal your body and mind. By remaining with breath, we learn to move past the conscious, analytical mind into the subconscious mind, where the heart feels at home, grateful, and free. With each breath, you relax even more. Shift your awareness from the world around you to the world inside you. Let the awareness of your breath help guide the mind inward to the infinite energy within. In this one moment, nothing else exists but your breath. Remain present with your breath, easy, natural, relaxed, quiet breath. Each time you find your thoughts have once again taken you away from the breath, gently come back, move inward again. No force. Let the breath guide you in. Follow your breath. As you inhale, it takes you to this inner space of energy. And with every breath out, that infinite space inside connects with the world around you again. With each breath, you completely let go and relax. There is nothing to do right now, nowhere to be, other than right here, right now, observing the breath. Move from cognition and analysis towards intuition, a more open awareness. Still aware of your breath. Notice how your breath feels as it moves in and out through your nose. How does breath feel as it moves down through your throat, into your lungs, and deep into your belly? Your mind might settle on a particular detail or an overall general awareness of breath. Let it expand. For example, notice the overall movement of breath through the body, the rise and fall of the shoulders, the chest, belly. Stay present with the sensation of breath, allowing the breath itself to be your anchor to this present moment. And if you notice the mind has wandered, simply return to the breath. Natural, easy, steady breath. Completely drop your identity, your personality, self, your ego. Whether you're male or female, whatever title you hold, just simply dropping and connect instead to the magic of breath, becoming pure consciousness. Become the energy of the breath itself. Observe what the breath has to teach you. No longer self-conscious about where you are, what you're doing. Letting go of all expectations. Let go of doing and let yourself simply be in this moment. Withdraw your attention from people, places, time, and events. Just remain present with in-breath and out-breath. Let yourself relax back into this generous, abundant, infinite present moment. Each time you find yourself returning to the known, predictable people, places, and things around you, including the self, let yourself drop back to the unknown. Let yourself drop back into the infinite energy within. By becoming one again with each breath in and each breath out. The breath will guide you inward, away from the world around you, and into a new world within. You are not your job title, your identity, your thoughts, or your emotions. You are this infinite energy within, with infinite possibilities. You are the depth and infinite spacious within. So let yourself go deeper towards this inner wisdom. And let your breath guide you in. Let not a single breath go by without noticing it, without observing. It's time to become nobody. Becoming one with the energy of your breath. Let go of the narrator, the part of your mind saying, now I'm breathing in, now I'm breathing out. Be the breath itself, not the entity observing it. Become awareness itself. Become the infinite field of potential. Invest all your energy in the unknown. Linger here, exploring the breath. Remaining free of expectations, free from judgment. Allow yourself to surrender into the depths of the unknown. Fully immersed in the experience of breath. Drop into this experience, here in the present moment. The experience of breathing in and breathing out. When you allow yourself to become nothing, to become one with this infinite moment, you open up to infinite potential. You become everything. And then, wherever the mind is now, I invite you to come back to this present moment awareness with your next breath. Last 1 minute. Last 30 seconds. With your next breath, I invite you to slowly bring your hands together and place them on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly remove your hands and gently open your eyes. And bring your awareness back to the space around you, back to your body. Namaste.
Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to new you after this wonderful, wonderful meditation. I hope you had a great meditation as well. And I would love to hear your experiences and how was your meditation. But let's do it after the session, after our topic for today. And I would love for me to be able to see you guys. So if it is possible, please open your cameras so that I can see you and talk to you. But only if it is possible. No, nothing is like you have to. All right. So, so we have been talking about topics like, thinking patterns. So on the first day, we talked about 4 kind of thinking patterns. Then we came about and talked about how to choose the right words that will help us create our own reality. How can we be mindful about the words that we use for others and for ourselves? And today we are gonna throw more light on how the self-talk or inner conversations results in the reality as well as the circumstances that we attract in our lives. And what is this inner conversations? So, and also we are going to talk about my most the topic which is very near to my heart, which is self-love, because my journey of transformation begin with the experience of self-love, which I will share in some moments. So before I jump into the topic, I'll share a little about my journey because it is related to the topic of today. So I began my journey when I was journey of meditating when I was 18 to 17-year old. I was 17-year-old, and like any teenager, I was just was curious what it is, and because my family was doing it, and so I just thought, let's give it a try. So I went to a center. There was a center where people were meditating together and sitting and talking to each other with a had like-minded environment and conversations. So that really gave me a hope of that this place can really help me in my life, because in my personal life I was going through a lot of confusion, a lot of I had a, a chronic depression, which I didn't know back then, because I didn't go for checkup, because during that time we didn't know or spoke about mental illness like we do right like nowadays. I hardly knew I was depressed, but I for sure knew that something is wrong with me. I don't know what happiness is, what true happiness. I completely forgotten about the idea of being happy. So I knew that something is wrong, and I'm so young and still I'm not able to live my life completely. So I need some help. I need some help, but I was not able to get from anybody outside. None of my friend could understand what's going happening with me. My parents were so concerned but helpless, because I was not expressive, and they were not able to understand what's happening with me. So it was becoming a endless loop. But when I came in contact with meditation, I not immediately, I would say, that I got into the practice of vigorous meditating every day, but I definitely felt that connection, that this is something which was missing in my life, and here I might find my answers where I was not able to find anywhere else. So that intense feeling made me stay in this practice for these many, for the years coming. So then I was a teenager. I just finished my schooling. Then I got into the college that I always dreamed about. So when we get things in our life what we always want, we forget about everything else, and we think that our life is now finally like we are the king of our life, we are the queen of our life, we don't need anything else. So I forgot that there is something called meditation which was helping me through. Then when I got something which I really wanted, I forgot about it completely. Then again, when I got into college, I came across some experiences which were life changing, which was really which really hampered my core. So then again I just remembered, oh, there was something like called meditation which was helping me. Let's go back again and try it again and do it. So that was the moment when I myself walked towards meditation to find the solutions. So then I started introspecting what is really happening, why I'm unable to have the life of my desire, of my dream, why I'm always getting into fights or betrayal or misfortunes, what we may call, but there's nothing like misfortune. But but these were my thoughts back then. So I introspected and I came across few of the books which really helped me. So there's one book, Law of Attraction. If Nehaji, if you can just find the link of Amazon or somewhere, a book name and author, and share in the chat for people to
Sure.
yeah. So these are the few books. Law of Attraction, I started reading this book. I started reading Joy and Healing by Torquem Sidarian. So these books were really gave me a perspective of the fact that I was full of negative self-talk. I was full of negative thinking, and there was continuous inner chatter which was going inside me, which was making me attract all of these circumstances. That is why I was so unhappy. When I was so unhappy, I will definitely attract unhappy situations in my life. So then the journey of looking at myself with little bit love began. I used to, every day I used to wake up and go and look into the mirror and brush. But it was so astonishing that every day I look into the mirror, but I forgot that I just do not look at me. I look at the mirror and just zoom into some other imaginary world while I'm brushing, but I'm not looking at me. I'm just lost in so many thoughts that are inside my head. So I was never in the present moment. So that was my understanding, that was my discovery, that this is what is happening, and that's why I'm so confused, I'm so unhappy, I'm attracting so many situations or circumstances or people in my life which are complete waste. Yeah, the complete waste. So that was about me, a little about my journey, and I'll continue while I begin, throughout this topic. But let's so while I was talking about that, we have this inner conversations, right? And this talking that I'm talking about, never, we all indulge into, okay, and it never stops. Okay, we all have these little stories in our head about ourselves, or maybe about other people that we know, or maybe even about a person that we just met. We start creating stories about those circumstances, people, everything. We are never aligned with the present moment. We carry in a in this head, in this small little head, we carry huge amount of mental content about either past or future. So I'm so sure while you are right, one second. So I was so sure that I'm so sure while you're sitting here also, somewhere or the other, your mind, somewhere in your mind, you are still thinking, oh, after this 1 hour session, I have to go back and do this chores of my household, or maybe I have to do some work which I left behind, or maybe I have to prepare for my next day. I'll do this or do that. I'm sure this somewhere in your head, that's still working while you're listening to me. So that is your proof that we are never 100% present in this moment. Tell me honestly, how many people right now are 100% present here, and you are not thinking about anything else? Maybe you're looking at me and you're seeing, oh yeah, her background is nice, or maybe, or something or the other, is just going on into your mind. you're not 100% present with yourself and what you are engaged into. And if you are awesome, you are awesome people. So yeah, so it usually happens. And it's not that we will instantly will be able to decrease this chatter in our mind, which keeps on happening, chatter about anything and everything. But we can change the nature and control the nature of it, and we can change the direction of the self talk or inner conversations. So for example, now here, bringing the understanding of all those four kind of thinking patterns that we talked about. Forget the first two, negative and disastrous. Remember positive and miraculous thinking. Okay. uh okay, Shiku is saying, true, I'm not fully present. I appreciate you for your honesty, and it's completely okay. Now that you are aware that you're completely not fully present here, that is your alarm to bring all your awareness in this moment with yourself and with whatever you want to engage yourself in. If you want to hear me, completely engage here. That will benefit you and give you the right fruit of your time that you're investing. Okay, so right, I was saying that now bringing those two thinking patterns that we talked about, positive thinking and miraculous thinking. Now, when I tell about that you can change the direction of it, it means that if the moment you see yourself talking about yourself in a negative way, that today you look into the mirror and you say, oh my god, my arms are so fat, oh my god, my body is, I have this pimple over here, or my eyebrows are not set. Or if you're a boy, oh my god, something or the other, you talk about negatively about yourself. I used to always, I never saw my face. If my mother used to, as a teenager, my mother used to say, put on at least little cream on your face. And I was like, for what? Why do I need a cream? I was completely, so this example was for, I was completely detached from myself. Like, I didn't take care of my body. I didn't take care of what I'm putting in. I used to live on complete, uh, junk, I would say, as a teenager. Like, whatever home cooked food, I was like, just keep it away from me. Or any meal. I was a very thin person as a teenager, and I never used to eat. So, and I didn't take care of my body. I didn't take care of my emotions. Why will I be happy? How will I be happy? I will always, because I was disconnected with myself. So whenever you find yourself talking about negatively, or you have self-doubts, or you're talking about others negatively, bring yourself back and change the pattern, change the direction of that conversation. Always remember, if you do not love yourself enough, you will never be able to attract the love that you are willing to attract in your life. We are always looking out for, I want my soulmate, I want great friends, I want people to understand me. But how can you expect that to happen when you fully don't understand yourself, when you fully do not love yourself, when you do not feel yourself that you are enough, or you are not your own best friend? So everything begins with you. And this is how I changed my life completely. I always used to blame the entire world around me for everything that is bad, everything that everything bad that is happening in my life. I do not have friends, maybe because of my parents are too strict. They do not let me go anywhere. They don't want me to talk to anybody. That's why I do not have friends. So look at other parents, they always their kids are always happy. I made everybody else enemy, and I did not think that it began with me. I was so disconnected with my emotions. I never heard my own self talking about my own self. So experiment, do a experiment, and just introspect. Have you ever realized that sometimes it happens that you have certain set of conversation or certain set of story about some person, and when that person appears or come in contact with you, you respond to that person, or let's say react to that person in certain way because of that story, regardless what that person is offering to you in that present moment. For example, if you thought for one of your colleague which you do not like, you just have certain set image of that person in your mind, and that day, one day, he or she came to you and offered you, was offering you his or her appreciation, kindness, and a really open heart warmth. But because you had a certain image set in your mind, you responded with a lot of closeness, and you pushed that person back. Because we are always working with a preset mind. We are not open in present moment. We are never open for life to happen. We're always fixed, and that fixation is creating the certain. Then what will happen? The person who was giving you warmth will never ever come back to you with the same openness. And we just do not uh, keep that scope of other person to be kind. We always have that, no, this person is this bad or harsh or will always harm me. So everything, remember, everything is temporary. No person is same. And we are also now when we meditate, we increase our capability and scope of compassion in our heart. So when we regularly meditate, we first learn to be in present moment, we increase our awareness, and also our heart opens up. So now, even if the worst kind of person who has done the worst kind of things in with us in past comes in front of us, we do not look at that person or treat that person with same hatred that we once had for that person. We are open to receive or to give that person with newness. Just experiment this. The next time you meet the worst kind, and I'm not saying here that you let other people cross the boundaries and let other people hurt you. No, I'm not saying that. You always set your boundaries, yes, but you do not have any preset notions or conversations or story about yourself or people around you. You're always open, coming from empathic behavior or empathic nature, that I understand that maybe in that situation that person was not aligned or aware, or was in ignorance. Maybe that's why the person did it. I forgive you. So the next time you meet that person, you're not full of hatred or full of anger or full of that feeling when you meet that. And the same goes with your own self. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to change the preset notions that have been set by society for you to be, mothers needs to be like this. They cannot work. They have to sacrifice all their needs and be with their children. They have, even if they want some self-care time, they want some alone time, they can't, because the moment they leave children, they are bad moms. They're you know they're letting their children be maybe learn some bad things because they're unattended. Or for father, for men, they can't, if they're, for example, for a men, they are always have to be responsible. They can't, you don't know how much pressure men goes through, because they have to earn, they have to take care of, whole household. And they can't even cry, because crying is known for a sign of weakness. So they can't show their emotions also. But that's what changes when you become conscious about that. There is no boundary of men or women. We are all allowed to do or show ourselves as truly as we are. So we have to train ourselves in saying that, in believing that, so that we are open and we allow that space for other people to be open. That is the act of self-love. So yeah, I would I really want that this conversation to be two ways. I really want to hear you guys, from you guys also, if you had any experiences or anything you want to share. And there's so much about this topic that I can go on and on and on, and I like it will be hard for me to stop, but I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced that disconnection from your own self? That it's very easily that from yes, Jigna, I'll come to you. I'll just speak one thing and I'll come to you. So from childhood, we are we are set with certain amount of expectations. And this topic is very vast and very deep, but I really want these points to be out today, so that maybe it will give you some pointers to introspect. So keep your diary or journal beside you for all these 21 days, coming 18 days, 14 days, whatever the days are left, so that you can write down the pointers and go back and introspect on these. So yeah, coming back to the point. So have you ever wondered how many preset notions have been set on our by our parents? Maybe, like, for example, if we didn't perform in school, what were we told? Maybe not all parents were same, but majority of parents scold their children. You are not good enough. How can you, even if you get 70%, or even if you get, for the say, 98%, that's not good enough for some parents. They always tell you, how could you do that? You started so hard and still you came to 78%. So they, again, this is going towards conscious parenting, but those words made such an impact on us that even till now, that creates a trauma within us. Now I'm using the right words for you to understand what I'm talking about. So now, if we do not perform in our offices, in our now there is no parent around us, but that trauma have created an inner parent within us. So they do not come and shout at us, oh my god, you have failed in this task and all other colleagues were able to do it. Now your inner parent shout at you and scolds you. So you become so you become so closed your own self that how could I not perform? How could everybody else perform in the same task so well and I couldn't do it? So you keep scolding yourself. I'll not go for night out or movie next time with my friends. I will, maybe do something. I'll study more, or maybe I'll invest my time in something more productive so that I can, perform well and be on the top in my company. We are always, so everything has a reason. So today, just after after these sessions, just go back, introspect, and just think about all those scenarios where you have not loved yourself enough, not love yourself for the mistakes that you have done, not loved yourself for the the fights that you have been doing, not the fights, not the physical fights or the fights that you have with other people, the fights that keep going on within yourselves, with your own self. You keep so now tomorrow I'll talk about intuition. Okay. And I'll take in more depth, but just know that there's one intuition. Now we talked about inner conversations, right? Now I'll talk about intuition tomorrow. There's one intuition that is always there, which you may call it gut feeling. And we keep fighting with our own gut feelings. So that gut feeling, that intuition is always there. And the more we meditate, the more clearer that intuition, that inner voice, that inner gut feeling become to us. Okay, yes, Jigna. Thank you for patiently waiting. Yes.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
I always thought that my husband is very strict. He doesn't let me go out anywhere with my friends, and he doesn't let me travel by public transport. He always sends a car and driver with me. But then, later on, after a few years, I could come to know that he was very overprotective. He didn't want me to explore out in public transport so that I go safely, I reach safely. And he used to keep calling whether you have reached, where are you fine, are you absolutely all right. So always I used to feel that no, he is very strict, he doesn't trust me. But then it was the other way around. So the way you said that we have preset mindset about people, that yes, this person is like this, that I had about my own husband. And then later I could come to know that no, he was just overprotective. That's it, nothing else. He used to care more for me. That's why he was like that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh, so thank you for sharing that, Jigna. We always, the moment we find ourselves having this preset notions about somebody, because that can easily be created because of some things are happening around us, and we can create the stories according to our understanding. But how can we break that is by communication. So if we have any notions or preset stories about that we are creating about people around us, if we know that those people, always talk to them. Maybe I was thinking about this situation. Why? Talk to them. Why this happened? Why are you doing that? Or why, how is that happening? So talking will break that story that you are creating and bring you closer to the reality.
Yes.
So we can avoid the unknown conflicts or unknown birth of emotions within us by communicating. So again, same goes through our own self. So again, this is, understand, I'm talking about in much more deeper way. Every people, even our husbands or wives, or the family we choose, or the friends we choose, everyone in our lives has been very carefully crafted by our own selves. So we create our own reality is not the simple, very simple line, but it has a deeper meaning. So we choose our own families also. So know that the role that inner conversation plays is much more deeper than having calling yourself out beautiful or understanding yourself. Know that even if a person who has come to offer you maybe a fight, or maybe came with a problem, so know that the person who has come to you with a problem is coming because there is something unresolved within you. So I hope I do not make you all confused with this, because it has a lot of, yeah, there's a lot of levels to this. But I'm sure in coming days with the different topics, I'll make sure that I cover everything. But know that your thoughts, your inner conversations are creating your reality. So be very, very aware of how you see, how you perceive, or what you are, what's going inside. Okay. The moment you find yourself thinking about which is not aligning to your desired life, stop yourself there, right there, and create a story that you want to live. That's how you manifest. Create. Use your creative power of imagination and become that story. So, no, not even, you will say, okay, for example, you have a fight with your spouse. You will say it keeps happening. What's new with that? Or what's so special about that? Or how can that be so important? Even that, even inviting that fight with a spouse is a mirror image to what's unresolved within you. Or a fight, or a miscommunication or misunderstanding with your friend or parent or anybody out there is just a mirror image of what is unresolved or what is broken within you. So everything that happens outside is only happening to make you realize that there is something which is missing within you. So always go within to check your own self. Why did that happen with me? Why did that fight, why did he spoke to me like that? Not blaming that person, but introspecting about how could, what you could offer, what could have made birth to that situation in your life. So that will change your life completely when you start practicing this. All right. With that, I will rest my voice for today, and I would invite anybody would like to come and speak or share anything. Thank you, Jigna. I'll just remove you from the spotlight. And I would love to hear you guys. I for the rest of the days, I really want all these sessions to be interactive. I want to know you guys, and hopefully soon I'll come there and meet you physically. But I really want to know you, what's happening. So whenever you feel safe, comfortable, the platform or the group is yours. All right. If anybody wants to say anything, just raise your hand and I'll bring you forth. All right. Okay, Sabina, would it okay that if I answer you publicly about it? All right. So Sabina, just one.
Actually, I can't express too much, but it was okay. Little bit changes I can see in myself. Like I am shouting when my kids are not doing studies properly, and little bit I am calming down. These 3 days I am feeling in my side. Even my kid also is now my elder son. He's here. He's also sitting with me. He's trying to sit, but he's not able to sit properly. But he's trying to sit, Mama, I want to sit with you. So I'm just watching what is happening with me or what is going to little changes.
Amazing, amazing, Sabina. And do you know that kids until 5 year old, they are complete in contact with their true self, their higher self. So they are masters already. So after 5 year old, they start to build or incorporate, this intelligence from outside of world. So definitely it's right time that he's doing it. And it's be very gentle in this journey with yourself, and with your kids, because it's just the beginning.
And on the
I
second
want
day,
to add something here.
my husband was at home and he also seated with me and he feel like, yeah, it was okay for me. It's good for me.
That's
I would like to add something here. Sabina ji, please send message on our PMC Africa number. I will send you some link for the children guided meditation.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
We are running some sessions for children also. So we will guide you about it.
Who should I send a number?
The number we have given in the message.
Okay.
Yeah, in the flyer below write up message, there is a PMC Africa number. So please share your number and ask for the children meditation.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Kids meditation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow.